Good evening, my name is Garrett, and welcome to The Last Call. Tonight's final drink is from the West Fork Whiskey Company. This is their Bloody Butcher Straight Bourbon Whiskey, bottled in Bond, coming in at a 50% ABV, at least 5 years old. So the West Fork Whiskey Company, if you've been around on the channel, I've talked about them dozens of times, I'll say that much. Aging, distilling, bottling all their own spirits here in Indiana. They do have a separate brand called Old Hammer / Hugh Hammer, and those are all sourcing from MGP, but this stuff here, all made in-house. And to me, they are just a great example of how a craft distillery really can set out to be their own thing, along with doing some unique releases along the way. This being one of them. So, my first experience with Bloody Butcher corn, which looks like this, was actually from the West Fork Whiskey Company. And I love it. It brings such a unique floral spice to things comparatively to standard yellow dent corn that most bourbon is made with. Now, it's a profile that not everybody likes, and I respect that. Don't get me wrong there. But again, I really enjoy it. So this is actually kind of interesting because not only are they using a 100% Bloody Butcher mash bill, but they're also keeping this bottled in bond, which kind of a rundown on bottled in bond for everybody else out there is that it is bottled at 50% ABV, at least 4 years old, aged in a government bonded warehouse, all done under one master distiller, and all the grain harvested in a single season. Now, again, we know this is 5 years old on there, and 100% corn, which is kind of fun too. Now, the thing again we have to remember, being that this is 100% Bloody Butcher corn, is that there's no rye, wheat, or barley in this mash bill. So you're really hoping that that Bloody Butcher corn plus the process of barreling really brings home the flavors, because those are the only two things you're leaning on here. So let's hop into the bottle itself and see how a 100% Bloody Butcher corn bourbon goes. Love that color. Beautiful on there. And I do love the bottle colors on the label itself. Really kind of stand out unique for it. So, as always, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, hang around for a bit, become a member if you'd like. If you're interested in some other reviews that I've done over the West Fork Whiskey Company, links to those videos will be up above and down below for you to check out. Yeah, again, I am a huge fan of West Fork. You see them all over here. We got tons of bottles coming out from them here in 2025. And a lot of times these are limited released. They do have a standard core lineup that you can try out as well. But I always pick up the limited stuff because they're just so fun and unique. Ooh, great pop. Got a beautiful golden hue going on there. Look at that. She is pretty in the glass, I'll say that much. Alrighty, let's go for notes. Oh, man. So, on the nose, actually, it just smells like a nice, sweet, buttery bourbon. Like, it's very soft and sweet. You are getting that kind of Bloody Butcher profile when you dig a little deeper, though. You're getting this kind of floral spiciness. And that's the best way I can put this release. Like, you're getting this corn sweet dustiness, but it's also got a spice level to it. Beautiful charriness in here. It's very light, very approachable. There's no ABV, nothing harsh, no off notes, but the floralness coming behind it as well brings in almost like a flower sweetness. I think that's the best way to put it. Like if you've ever had I'm trying to think of what flower I would recommend. Might be like a honeysuckle sweet kind of note going on. Nice little bit of a tart green apple in there as well. It doesn't have that craft profile to it. It actually comes across like a well-aged bourbon coming from Kentucky. But I love it's soft, it's sweet, and it's gentle on the nose. Let's go in for a taste, see how it is. Get a little bit more grain profile on the taste, and I like that. It's a little floral sweet. Get that nice dustiness from the corn profile in there. Little bit of bitterness in there. But then you're kind of opening up with that floral spiciness as well from that Bloody Butcher corn. Nice bit of caramel, drizzle of vanilla going on. But then you're starting to find a little bit of that craft profile. A little more corn forward, a little grain funk going on in there. but it's very light on that. So if you're not a person that's big into craft, this is still going to hit a lot of good components on your palate, but then you're going to find that little bit of craft in there. And here in the late finish, a nice light pepperiness to things. It's soft, gentle, sweet, and spicy. And again, it's spicy without any kind of wheat or rye profile in here. And I think that makes Bloody Butcher such a unique grain. I like it. Beginning of the sip is really enjoyable on my second sip here. It's sweet, it's dusty corn, but it's also got that floral spiciness to it. Coats the palate decently, got a good warmth on there, still no ABV, nothing harsh, no off notes. And it's just got this nice little pepperiness going on. It kind of gives you a vibe to like a peppercorn, like a pink peppercorn kind of cracked up. But I love the little bit of barrel spice going on, a little bit of oakiness in there. To be honest, this is what you want from craft. Something that is so unique, but is also very approachable in the same aspects. So you can kind of shake hands across the aisle, bring it across the seasoned bourbon drinker and then the craft person, and kind of bring them together. And it's really approachable. And I think that's a winner in my book. Third sip here, I'm really interested now to kind of do an A-B comparison between this and the cask strength version I have, which is really damn good. But as this one sits, it is a beautiful example of craft, but also using Bloody Butcher in a beautiful way. And keeping it a bourbon, not a whiskey. Alrighty, let's talk about a grade for this one. So typical pricing on this is $49.99, and if you're a part of their free bourbon club, you get 10% off of it just for buying a bottle and joining their club. To be honest, even for $50, it's a great pour. This is simple but unique in the same aspect. I like its profile. I'd love to see this start getting to those older 8, 9, even 10-year age statements on Bloody Butcher. And I really hope they have some of those barrels kind of tucked in the back room somewhere. As it sits, I give it a good solid B. It's complex enough, being that it's using only a single grain in here. On top of it, keeping a bourbon with that bottled and bond status. And seeing all those checkmark boxes coming from a craft distillery, aging, distilling, bottling this, it's a great pour. This is definitely one I'd recommend trying at the tasting bar there at West Fork. It's very approachable, but yet still a unique craft experience. So yeah, there you have it, folks. The West Fork Whiskey Company, bottled and bond, Bloody Butcher, straight bourbon whiskey. If you have any questions about the bottle itself, let me know down in the comment section below. I will do my best to answer it. And if you have any specific spirits I should go looking for, also let me know down below. Love doing these reviews and sharing with you the experience at home. And as always, may your last drink of the night be the best one.
You know, and I even like it might not.